In the world of the WRC, anything can happen. From big crashes to career-defining performances, the sport has seen its fair share of memorable moments. Every once in a while, someone pulls off a victory no one saw coming. From breakout wins to one-win wonders, here are 7 surprise WRC wins. Rally Catalonia was the penultimate round of the 2015 WRC season, and at large, it was a rather procedural event. Sebastian Ogier and Volkswagen had already wrapped up both titles in Australia, so the last 3 events of the season couldn't really affect the result of either championship. And Catalonia seemed to be following the status quo of the season so far. After struggling with road sweeping on the first loop of Friday, Sebastian Ogier managed to climb up to the lead of the rally by the end of day 1 and continued to extend his lead onto the tarmac leg. Wout Tanak ripping a wheel of his Fiesta made it a Volkswagen 1-2-3. Heading into the power stage, Ogier had a comfortable gap to his teammates, with Mikkelsen and Latvala battling it out for second, separated by just 1.4 seconds. The Norwegian did enough to keep Latvala behind to keep second place, but on the stop line, that second place became the win. Sebastian Ogier was still pushing despite his comfortable lead, and crashed out of the rally on the power stage. That was Mikkelsen's first ever win in the WRC, and the Norwegian was ecstatic. The Safari Rally returned to the WRC after a 19-year break in 2021, and it came back with a bang. The event, known for its roughness, started showing its teeth from the get-go, with Elfyn Evans and Danny Sordo both retiring on stage 3 and Sebastian Ogier breaking his damper on the next one, but managing to keep going. Kalle Rovanperä was next to suffer in Kenya, getting stuck on the Fesh on stage 7. The rally kept giving people problems on day 2 when the heavens opened on Sleeping Warrior. A misted up windshield cost Wout Tanak 2 minutes and also caused issues for Gus Greensmith and Takamoto Katsuta. Rally leader Thierry Neuville managed to escape without problems and had a nice 1-minute gap to Takamoto Katsuta, who was getting a taste of the dizzying heights of second place. Ogier was in third, recovering from his suspension problems on Friday. And just as we thought we had seen everything, the rally had one more surprise in store. Thierry Neuville suffered a suspension failure and retired from the rally on the first stage on Sunday. Katsuta was easy pickings for Ogier, with the Frenchman winning the Safari Rally, something that seemed impossible when he was carrying a broken damper on Friday. Four times WRC champion Tommi Makinen got his first shot at driving a factory-backed car in the top class of the WRC in Finland in 1994. With 2-time WRC champion Miki Biasion skipping the 1000 Lakes Rally, Makinen, who was due to compete in the event in a privateer escort, had his entry upgraded to a factory one. Makinen had been competing in the PRC with Nissan, with mixed results, as the Sunny wasn't really the best car. The Finn had been in Toyota's radar after impressing in Finland back in 1991, where he finished 5th driving a Mazda 323 GTX. Makinen made the mistake to believe in Nissan over Toyota, something that set his career back a few years. But in Finland, Tommi Makinen had one of the best rallies of his illustrious career. The Finn took the lead on SS2 after Kankonen's famous roll in Lankama and built himself a 15-second lead over eventual champion Didier Auriol. A speed in Ryhimäki cost Makinen 25 seconds and the lead, but incredibly, he was back in first place by Saturday's opening stage. Makinen would not look back after that, winning his first rally on his first ever outing with proper machinery. Heading into Rally Portugal in 2012, Sebastian Loeb was leading the championship after securing wins in Monte Carlo and Mexico, with his teammate Mikko Hirvonen trailing him by 16 points in second place. Peter Solberg was the highest placed Ford driver in third, followed by Mads Ostberg in fourth. The other factory Ford of Latvala was 2 points behind Ostberg after the Finn retired in Monte Carlo and Mexico. Loeb's rally came to an end in the dark on Thursday when he misheard a pace note and crashed out, damaging his DS3 too severely to rejoin on Friday. On Friday, the weather resembled that of Portugal 2001. There was a lot of rain, and it wasn't late until the slippery muddy conditions cut some of the crews out. Rally leader Jari-Matti Latvala's rally would come to an end on the first stage of Friday, as the Finn hit a rock which broke his front left suspension and he ended up in a ditch. Peter Solberg now had a golden opportunity to get his first win since 2005, but he blew it, also crashing out of the rally just one stage after his teammate. That left Hugo in the lead, 36 seconds ahead of Evgeny Novikov in second. Ostberg was 5 seconds behind the Russian, and just so that you could get an idea of how crazy the 3 Friday morning stages were, Patrick Sandel in the Mini was 4th. The 3 afternoon stages were sensibly cancelled as the rain got even worse and the stage conditions resembled those of a freshly ploughed field rather than a rally stage. On Saturday, the rain eased up, but the conditions were still very damp. Ostberg passed Novikov for second, and Hugo had himself a very nice 1-minute buffer between himself and the 2 privateer Fords. The order of things remained the same on Sunday, with Solberg passing Galatea for 4th and Hugo winning the rally by 2 minutes over Ostberg. Or so he thought. In the post-event scrutineering, it was found that Hugo's DS3 had parts on it that didn't match the ones listed by Citroën. He was therefore disqualified from the event. That handed Ostberg his first and only win, with Novikov in second on his first podium finish. Despite super rallying and losing 10 minutes, Solberg finished third, just 22 seconds behind Novikov. Rally Australia was the finale of the 2005 WRC season. Both titles had been wrapped up early in the year, with Sebastian Loeb having one of the most dominant seasons ever. Loeb and Citroën were looking to break the record of most wins in a season by a manufacturer, searching for an unprecedented 11th win. All 10 of Citroën's wins that year at that point had come from Sebastian Loeb, with teammate François Duval enduring a dismal first half of the season, eventually being dropped by the team for a couple of rounds. The rally had a surprise leader early on, as Chris Atkinson led his home rally ahead of his teammate Peter Solberg. Not for long. Solberg's lead came under threat from Loeb, with the Citroën driver snatching it away from the Norwegian on stage 8. Incredibly, Loeb would have his first accident of the season, crashing into a tree on the very next stage. That gave the lead back to Solberg, with Colin McRae in a flipping Skoda in second and François Duval in third. The Belgian would pass the Scot in the end-of-day Super Special for second. Incredibly, that second place would become the lead when Solberg hit a kangaroo and terminally damaged his Imprezza's engine. That left Duval in the lead, with the Belgian leaving his competition further back, with Harry Rovanper in the Mitsubishi in second. Scott and McRae were robbed of what would have been a very popular podium finish, as a routine clutch change went badly wrong, forcing McRae out of the rally. François Duval claimed the honours, getting his first and only win, and helping Citroën break the aforementioned record, which would stand for 9 years. Harry Rovanper finished second in Mitsubishi's last ever event as a manufacturer, and privateer Manfred Stoll finished in third in his Aura. Unlike his teammate Chevy Pons, who crashed into a tree. Rally Germany started in the worst way possible for Thierry Neuville in 2014, with the Belgian rolling in the pre-event shakedown and damaging his i20 WRC. He had to take the start ramp on foot, as his mechanics repaired his damaged Hyundai. Luckily for him, they were able to repair it in time for SS1, and Neuville was able to compete in the rally, where he had come so close to a maiden win the year before. Unsurprisingly, it was the Volkswagens that would set the early pace. Sebastian Ogier was leading, ahead of teammate Jari-Matti Latvala. Ogier's lead would be short-lived, however, as the Frenchman would go off the road on stage 6, giving Latvala the lead. Ogier would restart on Saturday, before going off again on stage 8. Latvala built himself a big lead over Citroën's Chris Meek, with Neuville just 4 seconds behind the Northern Irishman. Rally leader Latvala said that he would take it easy on Sunday, but it certainly didn't seem like it, as he went off the road and out of the rally on the first stage of the final day. That gave Mick the lead, with Neuville close behind in second. Then on the next stage, Mick would hit the wall and break his rear wheel, ending any chance he had at the maiden win. That meant that Thierry Neuville was now the rally leader and had a 30-second lead over teammate Danny Sauter with 2 stages to go. Unlike all of the others, Neuville wouldn't relinquish that lead, winning his first ever rally. This was also Hyundai's first ever win in the WRC. Rally Argentina 2002 is a perfect example of how in the WRC, it's never over until it's truly over. Marcus Grönholm seemed in control of the rally on Friday, building himself a very comfortable lead of over a minute to Subaru's Tommy Makinen. But on the first stage on Saturday, a hydraulics fault on his 206 WRC meant that Grönholm was hemorrhaging time through the morning. He made it back to service, but all of his lead was gone. Makinen matched Gronholm throughout the rest of the day and snatched the rally leads away from his compatriot, leading the rally by half a second heading to Sunday. Gronholm got the lead back from Makinen in El Condor. The Subaru driver gave it his all to try and catch up to Gronholm, but he crashed out of the rally with this massive off. That meant that Gronholm was the winner of the rally. But when he reached the service park, he found out that he was excluded. Peugeot mechanics had breached the 1 km exclusion zone and helped the Finn start his 206 WRC early in the rally. That now gave the rally win to Richard Burns, with the Brit getting his first ever win with Peugeot. Only again, it wasn't the case either. Burns was disqualified from the rally after his 206 failed the post-scrutineering checks, with his flywheel being underweight. So who was the winner then? Carlos Sainz won the rally, narrowingly beating Peter Solberg for a third place, which ended up being the win. So what other rallies did you think we missed that could have featured in this 7? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe.